As I continue to tell my story on the 13th day of March in the front of the Marsh Harbor Police Station, right here, it's amazing the stuff that happens inside there. And if nobody tells the story, nobody will know the story. Right here. And I saw the story in the Tribune, and I said, the writer of the story that says, out of all the government agencies in the Bahamas, the police force is corrupt. I took offense to that because I have a lot of good friends, family members that are also policemen. And when you throw all the policemen into the Tribune story, I said, that can't be right. And I see what she was saying. But I say here, while I was locked up, I was treated kind of humanely. And the reason I was locked up, I'm going to tell my story. But there's so much corruption that's happening right behind me from persons that ought to know better, senior officers. And I couldn't get this police name. You'll be surprised now I got his first name. Nobody on the force here would give me his first name. And my story started Friday. I asked for the police to come and give some indication on how they're going to help at the traffic light in Marsh Harbor. One traffic light being off for 1 month. I'm happy to report that it's back running after 6 weeks, but I was happy smiling in my video because I said, and I thought my video, which has a lot of power, cost the traffic light, cost the police to be at the traffic light. And lo and behold, they were there. I was taking a video on Baker's Bay car. You know, Baker's Bay is powerful, and letting the officer know that these guys, they've been breaking the law for years. And it seems that everybody want to turn the blind eye. On doing that, this gentleman, I called him a police, I called him a superintendent, but I didn't know that. I was guesstimating. But the irony of all of this is that he grabbed my phone, assaulted me, pushed me, and then said, I cannot take pictures of these private people's business. But guess what? I didn't know his name then. I know his name now. His name is Wendell Clark, Superintendent Wendell Clark, that nobody in this police station wanted to tell me. So I left it alone. I went across and I asked the policemen that were also there, the ones that I know, David Roll and all the rest of them there, the guy now in charge of traffic. I say, who is that guy? What's his name? He's grabbing on to me. I don't know him. He never identified himself. They didn't give me his name. So Saturday, this was Friday evening, Saturday, around about 1:45, I was at the airport dealing with some guest, and I saw him at the ticket counter of Flamingo Air. And casually, I asked him, I said, off camera, I asked him, say, what's your name? You grabbed my camera at the traffic light. I mean, I know you don't work for Baker's Bay. You are mandated by the Commissioner of Police. I say, surely you knew. I say, I presumed you to be a policeman because I see you driving a marked police car, but you're not in uniform. He said, off camera, I'm an asshole, and if I film him or anybody in this here airport, he would have me locked up. I said that is against law, but I noted, and I still stand by my story, that the guy perceived to be drunk because the alcohol, I could smell on him. And I also tried to confirm it with the girl on camera. I said, can you smell the alcohol? Again, he didn't tell me he was a police. He claimed to fame as being more of a lawyer. So I left the airport after being there and get in my car. When I got in my car, driving out of the airport, he walked across my car, watching me walk across my car, and pointed to me, say, I'm going to have your ass locked up today. So then I take it serious. Anybody was trying to take away my civil liberty because of my freedom of speech, my freedom of movement, my freedom of association. I have a problem with that. So immediately, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, I went right to this police station on my busy time, because Saturday is the only real busy time in Abaco with taxiing. So I thought it was important that I document what this person, who was a lawyer, who I found out later was Wendell Clark. So I went in there and I told the girl behind that I asked for Mortimer, the officer that I know is in charge of Abaco. She said, Mortimer ain't here. So I said wisely, I had a conversation with a policeman at the airport. His name is Clark. I asked her, do you know his first name? Because I want to know his first name. Nothing. They gave me nothing. So I said, if Mortimer is around, I will ask Mortimer to go and take him to the clinic, because this happened in every civil society. I'm an elected man. This guy threatened me, threatened to take away my liberty. I said I could smell the rum 3 feet from him. I may be all used to officers driving the police car drunk, but that is dangerous to society. And what Kai did caused him to get locked up, because not 99% of Bahamians would not go to the police station and report this incident. They would let it slide. But the 1%, I'm that 1%er that thought that he was a danger to society, he's a danger to my civil liberty because of the alcohol that I smell coming from his persons. So I made my report here. And any decent citizen, and I have the right to do so, to protect life and liberty. You understand? Because he could have pulled a gun on me and killed me, and my story would not be heard. That is why I'm spending this time here, this quality time in the place where I was abused in this police station. I mean, I was abused to the point that my head was pounding, my body was aching all over, roaches crawling over me. That is unacceptable. So his job is to keep me quiet. But again, I went to a cousin of mine and he said, you know, Kai, you keep fighting for these people, and these people that not come to the police station to see you, these people don't care about you. I told him that, my brother, you misunderstanding my flight. My flight is just to tell my story, to put the information out there. I say, you, in your capacity of what you do, a lot of people don't like you either. Jesus Christ had 12 disciples. They denied the Christ. So I am. Who am I? This is Lent season. Anything can happen. It already happened to me. But I will continue to tell my story, because no policeman has the right to take away my civil liberty. So when I came here to the police station to sign in at 11 o'clock Monday, immediately they didn't even let me sign in. They said, come behind the desk. I said, no, I ain't coming behind the desk until I know why I'm coming behind the desk. Say, you're being arrested for disorderly behavior in the Marshall Bay Airport. I said, that's impossible for me to act disorderly at the station, at the Marshall Bay Airport. I said, what you don't know, that what Wendell Clark don't know, that there is a tape, a camera in this airport, so you can't lie. I say also, I was filming him, photographing him, talking to him. Did I sound like I was disorderly behaving? Then, after 2 days, they took my particulars and walked me back of the police station, and nobody said a word to me until 6:30 Tuesday. And the government said 10 years ago that the police is innocently taking away from people liberty against their will that amounts to criminal. If superintendent, it's a superintendent, Wendell Clark, knew that I was acting disorderly, that is a minor offense. Shouldn't he just bring me there, charge me, and release me? No. Because he realized, he said he's a lawyer, he realized that he now have to back up his story. So this is how the disrespect comes from a superintendent. He's now in charge of This station, that's where the corruption come in, and the writer could say it's the most corrupt organization in the Bahamas. This is where, when I was being interrogated after 2 days, almost 2 days there, the fellow said I'm being charged with resisting arrest also. I said, wow, so resisting arrest, that's a big one. Where did that come in? Again, the wise superintendent of police, the lawyer that want to be a lawyer more than police, Wendell Clark, doesn't know that there's, or should know by now, that there's also a camera at the airport. When did I resist arrest? And the camera would show that I came through the airport, he came through the next door, he came across my car, saying he's gonna arrest me. I took off and I come immediately. The time would reflect that I came immediately at 1 o'clock to report him. And then he threw another charge inside there. Mine, Wendell Superintendent Clark, cursed me out and threatened me if I dare pull the camera out. And that's when I kick in gear. Because Wendell Superintendent Clark don't have the rights to tell me what to film, when to film. So then I thought to tell my story. And then he said, because Kai said that he was drunk and I could smell liquor 3 feet away, he charged me with abusive and insulting language because I dare tell the truth as an elected official. See, Wendell Clark doesn't realize that he's here to protect and to serve persons like me. What Wendell Clark doesn't realize that the Commissioner of Police is here, and he's here under his organization. What Wendell Clark doesn't realize is that Marvin Dames, the same people that elected Marvin Dames, also elected Kai Mills. The same people that elected Darren Henfield also elected Kai Mills. So what I'm gonna do with my little video is to make sure that Marvin Dames know about this story, make sure that Commissioner of Police knows about this story, make sure that Ashton Greenslade, the man that's responsible for every uniform officer in this country, knows about this story. And I will meet with my Member of Parliament, Darren Henfield, to make sure that he knows about the abuse of power, that Wendell Clark took away my civil liberty because I dare speak to the truth that I know it. And I knew it was the truth. And as of today, this man has never given me his name. I had to go somewhere else to find his name. I had to go somewhere else to actually tell my story. And to date, he has never told me I was under arrest. So if he never told me I was under arrest, how could I resist arrest? And this guy is supposed to be in charge. I think this is his biggest assignment. He's in charge of the biggest district outside Nassau. And he lied from the disorderly behavior. He lied as resisting arrest. And he lied because he said that I abuse and insulting language because I tell the truth to what I know. And you will be hearing more of what happened in this police station while I was wrongly arrested and charged by a superintendent that has no evidence to support this, but losing his rank to abuse my rights. And I shall not, and it will not go unheard. That is why, y'all that don't understand my story, that is why I do what I do. Because if I didn't tell my story, all you see is me behind the bar in the courts, and again, they will put these trump-up charge against me. And it's so sad that a superintendent of police gonna stoop to the level of being a bully boy in uniform. Kai is only telling this story here in the front of the Marsh Arbor Police Station on a windy day when a cold front is coming through and have just been released from incarceration wrongly. Kai cares. That's why I will continue to tell my story about the wrong that continues to happen to me and other citizens of Abaco that the police feels has no rights. They are judge and jury. And then we got to go before the courts, pay our money, and figure it out. Kai cares. That's why I'm here.